Hey Lipsey Guns fans, Jason Cloessner here, and we've got our good friend Larry Vickers in the house today. We're doing the official launch of the Glock 43 Vickers gun, and we've already done some specs and figures on on the gun itself, but we kind of want to just sit down and just talk about what was the thought process behind the new 43 Vickers gun, the old Vickers Glocks, and some other things just going on in the industry right now.
Thanks for having me, brother.
You got it, Larry. Always good to have you down.
I love coming down here.
Our sales guys, when they hear Larry's coming, they know good things are coming because that means there's going to be some cool guns to sell. So tell us a little bit about the Glock 43 and the thought process behind it.
Well, myself and Tango Down really kind of kicked off our accessories for this. The first thing, we knew we were going to do the mag catch, and we knew we were going to do the slide stop because those are kind of bread and butter items for our Glock line. We really took a look at the gun when it came out and decided that we needed to do a +2, because when you do a +2, not only does it give you more surface to grip the gun with, it bumps the capacity up with 1 in the chamber to 9. That's a game changer.
It is.
So we did that, and that has been a runaway success. And it really changes the gun dramatically. It
really does. When a lot of our female sales reps, when we took them out to shoot the different single stack 9mm, because that was the hot gun and still the hot gun in the market right now. So a lot of them said, I want to be out there, I want to be familiar with these guns, and we took them all out. In the 43, when they shot the 43, some of them said, it's a little hard to hang on to, it's snappy. We put that +2 in there, it totally changed that gun. They just like, absolutely, this is what I got to have in it. And they all ended up getting G43s with the Vickers +2.
Yeah, the +2s. Really changes the gun, makes it a lot more controllable. One thing of note is you need to be aware of how to assemble it. It comes with another spring.
Yeah.
We tried to use the original spring, but because of the extended length, we didn't reliably get the slide to lock to the rear on the last round. Mm-hmm. So it comes with a different spring, so you have to kind of stay on top of how to put it together. If you have any issues, just email Tango Down and they'll square you away.
Yep.
Real happy with the part. We now make it for Glock 42 as well.
Yep.
And it was kind of, let's face it, it's kind of the centerpiece accessory for this. The sights and that, they were all kind of part of the package from the start, but this +2 is really what changed the game on this gun.
Right. And let's talk about the sights a little bit, Larry. This is the sight setup we did on the last Vickers RTF2 gun, the 17s and the 19s. And everybody, the first thing was, how do I get this sight set up? It's different. I was a big fan of the Ameriglow orange ring front. I've always been a fan of your rear sight, but you kind of got me hooked on this lime green. You said, man, you ought to try it out, and I did on that last gun, and I've since switched all my guns to the lime green. It really pops.
I really like it. Another thing that Ameriglow did is they thinned it down. The standard, whether it's the orange red or the lime green or whatever, is 140 width, 0.140 width. They've slimmed this down to 0.125, so it's a little bit thinner.
Yep.
Fits better with other different sight notches in the rear. I'm a big fan of it. My buddy Ken Hackathorn said, if you live in an area where there's a lot of snow, it kind of disappears on you. That's cool. I understand that. That's where the red-orange might come into play. Mm-hmm. But for most people, myself and most people that I've found, they prefer the yellow green color. Neon green kind of
does
jumps
pop.
out.
It really pops. And that when you're shooting fairly fast, that round ball, it just seems to settle back down into that U-notch rear sight, and it's a really quick flash sight type picture.
Agreed.
It makes that gun very shootable. And that was one of the things that we talked about when we first talked about the 43. We had a lot of requests. Guys had the 17s and the 19 Vickers guns. But a lot of people said, I want to carry a gun. We all talk and we shoot Glock 19s and stuff, but on an everyday basis, I'm carrying a 43 or a Shield or something like that. And they really wanted a Vickers, style gun and something they would actually carry every day. And when we start talking, we both initially said, 43. I mean, that's where it's at. That gun it's still one of Glock's top selling models. When the 43X came out, a lot of people predicted, the standard 43 is gonna get go away, or it's gonna drop way off. And really, the numbers haven't proven out. We actually looked at them the other day, and we've sold just as many 43s this year as we have 43Xs, and it continues to be one of our best sellers as well. So I think, Larry, you really had a good concept with this gun. You can make it bigger, but you can't make a 43X smaller.
Correct.
So tell us a little bit, your thought
Exactly.
process
You have the ability to run the +2 8-round mag, or if you want it slimline, I mean, it's going to come with the standard base plate or even the little pinky base plate.
Right.
So you have the ability to make it smaller.
Right.
That's the plus you get with going with this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that gun you can actually ankle carry, you can pocket carry if you have the right size pockets. 43X, you're not going to do it.
One thing we did put on this that no other Glock 43s had, Glock 43X had it, but the front grasping grooves.
Yep.
We did that on this, makes this gun unique. You can kind of spot it instantly when you see it in the gun counter.
Yeah, it looks good. The one thing I love about the Tango Down Vickers parts is there's nothing there for fluff. It's all actually usable stuff. That little ledge on the slide release, it makes a huge difference, especially on a smaller gun like that. The mag catch, it's rounded. It's just easier to manipulate. You don't have that little sharp edge in the back like you do on the factory one.
And it's not so big that it's a problem if you carry it concealed or different holsters or in your pocket or whatever. It reduces the chance of you popping the mag when you don't want to pop it.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's basically an enhanced. You asked me earlier, would you call it an extended mag catch? I said, no, I would call it enhanced.
Right.
So it's not really extended per se. It is extended slightly, but it's more enhanced in terms of its overall shape.
Good. Yeah. It's I've since put those parts on all of my Glocks now, and recommend them. And the one good thing about the Vickers tactical parts is they have been vetted. Not only have they been vetted since they've been on the market. Larry and Jeff Cahill at Tango Down and his crew vetted these things extremely hard before they ever put them on the market.
Well, and the other thing, you got to give Glock credit. I mean, there's several guys that work at Glock that are big fans of my parts. Let's face it, if they were not comfortable with what I bring to the table and we bring to the table, they would never agree to do these guns, especially with my initials and the serial number.
Exactly.
So, yeah, big fan of it. And we always want to make sure that the parts make sense. It's something that the pros definitely outweigh any cons.
Exactly. Well, and the 17s and the 19 Vickers guns that we've done in the past, those have, are basically cult classics now. I mean, those guns, there's guys out there that are, we still get calls looking for those guns and see if there's anything available or where they can find one. We talked earlier, and when you're doing your classes, you were telling, I asked them, what's the breakdown on guns that come in, and I'll let you tell the audience, but it's a Glock world.
Absolutely. I was just telling you earlier, 15-man class, at least 10 of the people in the class are going to be shooting a Glock.
Yep.
Now, I've had classes, not uncommon to have classes where everybody's shooting a Glock.
Yeah.
But we still live in a Glock world. Everybody else is still... Now, the good news is Glock has been pushed by some of these other manufacturers to do things like front grasping grooves in different colors and whatnot. And that's good, because competition has bred that. And I'm all for that. But to be sure, Glock is still the big dog. Make no mistake about it.